What's up and welcome to the channel. My name is TechShot and thank you for joining us. Today we're going to be doing a review of the M&P9 M2.0 Subcompact. I'm going to tell you everything I know about it, features. We're going to go to the range, do a little bit of pros and cons, do some comparisons and things with it. So hopefully you'll stick with us and you will enjoy this. I've had a lot of requests for this gun, and I don't watch other people's reviews in the community before I do my own, not because I don't like any other reviewer, because I definitely do, but I don't ever want to get something in my head from another reviewer or from, another reviewer's perspective. I don't want their perspective to kind of drain into what I'm doing. I want to have my thoughts pure before my review, and then I may go out after I do my review and watch other people's stuff. But a lot of people have said, hey, there's not many reviews of this gun out there, and surprisingly, there's not. So Smith & Wesson brought this gun out. They kind of brought it out low-key. They wanted to finish the M2.0 lineup. And I suspect that besides some other maybe versions of the Shield and the Shield EZ, this may be the last major pistol in this lineup, which means we're probably getting close to a third generation. But maybe we're not close at all. I have no idea, but it just seems that that's the trend they've taken. All right, so this is pretty cool. This is the gun that we started the channel with, believe it or not, almost 6 years ago. And it's crazy that we've come full circle back to this point already. So pretty neat. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into this pistol, but before we do that, I would like to thank the patrons you see on the screen right in front of you. We'd like to thank all of our patrons, but these are our $5 and up patrons. This is a part of the extras that we're doing in the tiers that I just rolled out in January. And we have a brand new patron, Mr. Jeff. Thank you for joining the SHOT team. If you would like to join our awesome community over there and help support the channel, I have a link in the description. If you say, man, I'd love to, but I can't, become a subscriber here. We'd love to have you here. I mean, our community here is what started it all. Think of Patreon as an extension of the community here. It's just a little bit smaller. It's a little bit more personal. Live streams is something that I've added this year. There's all kinds of tiers. Just go over and check it out if you'd like to join. But again, if you don't want to join and you just want to become a subscriber, we would love to have you. No matter what capacity you support us in, we appreciate it. We appreciate Smith & Wesson for sending this pistol out to us so we could review it. And I think we should go ahead and get started. All right, so I do have one of the compact series pistols. They've kind of changed their way that they've done the firearm lineup this time around, and I think it makes a little bit more sense. But I do want to compare this pistol to that one here in a minute. So you're going to get a cardboard box, nothing crazy there. You're going to get the gun. All right, one flat base plate, 12-round magazine there. And then they actually have 4 different backstrap options. It comes with the medium or the small installed. And then you have a medium large, you have a small, you have a medium, and then a large. You're going to get these base plate extensions. So this will allow you, if you have a full-size M&P mag, this grip sleeve extension will allow you to have your grip texturing at the bottom of the mag because it's going to hang out the bottom of the gun, of course. And then you have a 12-round mag that actually has a pinky extension there, just like that. All right, so it's one of the few M&P lineups. Let me get this out of the way. Of course, you get other literature and a lock and all that good stuff. All the guns have been safety checked, by the way. But it's one of the few pistols that actually has this type of pinky extension, at least in the M&P lineup, which I actually really like because it gives you a full purchase on the gun without adding the full extension all the way through with the magazine. Okay, so you actually do have a little bit more. It's actually going to be a little bit shorter in the rear here while giving you some extra length right there. Not going to add any capacity, but it's a nice feature there for those guys that like to get a full grip, or if you're at the range, that's going to be a really good mag. All right, so let's talk about the specs here really quick, then we'll go over the features. 3.6-inch barrel, 6.6 inches in overall length. It's right at 1.5 inches wide, all right, with your controls and everything. 25 ounces unloaded in the weight and 5 inches in height. So what I would like to answer at the end of this video is, a gun like this in the world of P365s and Hellcats, does it still have a place in the concealed carry community? And that's what I hope I can answer by the end of this video. All right, so speaking of concealed carry, I'm carrying it in a holster, and I'll report to you back here probably after the shooting, how this gun actually carries inside the waistband. Let's talk about the features. So it has all of the M2.0 upgrades, front and rear slide serrations. They are the fish scale style still. You have this stainless steel insert that provides rigidity whenever you're firing, prevents flex and things like that. You do have a 2-spot rail here in the front, so you can hook up a light or a laser if you would like. Rounded off trigger guard, undercut in the frame. All right, a little bit more, I think, than the original M&P. And like I said, I really liked the original M&P that I had. It was the 9. It was the Subcompact, or what was the compact back then. And I really love this gun. But back then, I didn't know how to conceal carry. I mean, I bought the first holster that I thought looked good, and I had a regular leather belt, and I really didn't know what the heck I was doing. So I've experimented a lot to get to this point that I'm at now. So yeah, carrying this gun now is way different than when I first started carrying. The grip texturing, of course, has been wildly improved. Of course, you got to remember when you carry inside the waistband with a really aggressive texturing like this, that it can kind of dig into your skin a little bit. So you want to be mindful of that and make sure you have an undershirt or something like that. It's nothing that can't easily be fixed. But what they did with the new Shield EZ is perfect, because it gives you the same kind of texturing, but they toned it down just enough to where it's really, really comfortable inside the waistband. And just to give you an idea of what the two look like side by side, this is the M&P EZ. This is the M&P M2.0 right here. So you can see the texturing is the same. They just toned it down quite a bit. So this one is really comfortable inside the waistband while still giving you that awesome grip while you're at the range. So they really did a good job with that one. Again, this one is manageable though. Magazine release is reversible, and what I love about this gun is that the magazines pop right out of there. Really responsive. Boom, just like that. Get a fresh mag in. The bottom of the base plate on this one, the pinky extension, is not the aggressive serration like it is on the grip, which I thought was a little bit interesting. It's like the old serrations that they did in the original M&P lineup, that really smooth kind of texturing. Not sure why they did that, but it is the regular texturing, just so you know. Little divots right here, so if the mag is stuck for whatever reason, sand or grit, whatever, you have a little space right there where you can index it and get that magazine right out of there. This model does have the takedown tool, all right, right there in the grip, so you just turn it 90 degrees and you can take the takedown tool out, and that also allows you to move your palm swells off the back of the firearm. Line it up, push it up in there, you're good to go. And just reverse that to get it back into place, with or without manual safety. So they still do this on all their pistols. So if you gotta have a manual safety, you can get this gun with one, and it would be ambidextrous. Slide stop will work as a release, so this gun is able to be used like that. Takedown lever, of course. Steel sights right from the factory, which is pretty nice, and they have a ledge there so you can do your one-handed manipulations if needed. 3-dot arrangement, and there's all kinds of night sights and stuff that you can get for this gun. When it comes to aftermarket options, Glock and M&P pretty much run neck and neck when it comes to that stuff. Slide stop is ambidextrous as well, so left-handed shooters, hopefully you will appreciate that there. Hinge trigger design, we'll talk about the trigger after the shooting part of the review. Some of the main features that they talk about, 18-degree grip angle, which really gives you a natural point of aim. And this is one thing that people love about the Smith & Wesson, is because unlike a Glock, which takes some time to get used to, this gun is more natural, more like a 1911. So when you pull it up, bring that sight picture up, your sights are right there. So it's a really nice angle for quick shots, quick sight acquisition, and all of that good stuff. Stainless steel slide and barrel, armornite finish, which in my opinion is better than the old melanite they used to use. And then, of course, polymer frame, loaded chamber viewport, I should say, not indicator, but a viewport up top right there. Nice looking pistol too. The balance looks really well. And 12 rounds in the pipe, I'd say that's actually pretty good. One thing I do want to showcase, and I know somebody's going to complain about this light being on here, it's not going to have any indication of what we're, or it's not going to hinder from what we're doing right here. But I do want to show, again, this is a 45, this is a 9, but this is the compact now. So you get an idea there. It's going to be a little bit longer. Even if this was a 9, it would still be a little bit longer. It's going to be about the same width, maybe a little bit wider because, again, this is 45. But then you're going to see a big difference in dimensions here. Now, again, the 45 the 45 compact is longer than the 9mm compact, but just so you get an idea right there. This is 10 rounds of 45. This is 12 rounds of 9 once again. The 9mm in this version is going to be a little bit shorter than this, but it's still going to be definitely taller than the 9mm subcompact. Now, one gun I would like to showcase here, let's put this back on its back here, the P365 XL. Now, keep in mind, the original stat I gave you, this is at 5 inches in height with the extended mag. So in this configuration, it's around 4.5. The P365 XL, being a 12-round gun as well, is at 4.8. All right, so you can see it's just a little bit taller there. And if we look at them, let me swap the mags here. Now, if we look at it with the extended base plate, the M&P is just a hair longer. All right, 0.2 of an inch. So pretty close there. The big dimension you're going to see here between the two is going to be in the width. You can see the XL is a little bit skinnier there. And slide to slide, they're actually going to be a little pretty close. You can see the XL is actually a little bit shorter, but with the beaver tail, they're going to be right about the same, okay? 2 12-round guns. All right, this one is lighter as well, quite a bit lighter, actually. So there you go. There's a little bit of comparison to put this gun in perspective where it fits right now in today's market. Now, we showed this in our how easy is the M&P 9 Shield easy to use. We compared the easy to the regular Shield. And this just shows how much weight, how much pounds it takes to get the slide back. I thought this was something cool that we can incorporate into all of our videos. And then that way, if you have arthritis or, weak dexterity in your hands for whatever reason, you may be able to gauge whether this is a slide that you can actually pull back on your own to chamber around. Okay, so the EZ is anywhere from like 10 to 12 pounds, which it really is very easy. So let's try it with this. All right, so we're going to pull this a couple times just so you can get an idea how much force it takes. The M&P 9 EZ is about 10 to 12 pounds, somewhere in that range consistently. And this one seems to be consistently about 18. So there you go. That gives it an idea of the amount of force. So it's got a pretty stiff spring in there. We'll break it down so I can show you what that looks like here. All right, so breakdown is as easy as you would expect it to be. In 2019, lock the slide back, rotate this down. There is a takedown tab in there if you don't want to pull the trigger. Of course, making sure that it's clear and you're being safe, it's okay to pull the trigger. Slide's going to come off. Single captive recoil spring that is stainless. Barrel, of course, striker block, stainless steel internals, slide rails, all of that good stuff. Lifetime warranty and everything through Smith & Wesson. All right, all American made, which is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and put this back together. So now that we've given you an idea of specs, size, weight, where it fits in the concealed carry market, all of that good stuff, let's go to the range. Let's show you how it did there. Then when we come back, we'll talk about pros and cons. I'll show you the trigger, and we'll see if this gun has a place in 2020's concealed carry market. We'll see y'all in a minute. right, M&P M2.0 Subcompact, 40 yards. Let's try it out here. One. All right, I missed a couple there, but the M&P Subcompact, man, it is a very awesome shooter, and it's one of those guns. It's like a step up. If you want one of the better shooting subcompact guns, this is it right here, man. Awesome at 40 yards, and I'm really impressed with what this gun can do. All right, so here's what I gather from this gun at the range. It's an amazing shooting gun. It really is. They have the upgraded trigger in the M2.0, man, and this gun handles like a much bigger gun. It handles way better than it should. 12 rounds in the mag. You have really good capacity. The gun is a champ at the range, and it's a bigger gun. It's going to fill your hand better. So this is one of those guns, like if you really don't like the smaller, maybe the Shields and the P365, they're just too small for you, and you have your concealed carry, locked down with a good holster, a good gun belt, you're going to be able to carry this gun and do it in a comfortable way. Okay, this is much more comfortable than the old setup I had in the past. And I'm not here to bash any other holster company at all, but this is a much better way to carry this gun. And I really did not have an issue carrying this gun. It is heavier than the others. It is, 25 ounces unloaded in today's market is heavy. But if you want a really good shooting concealed carry gun, this is going to be a good option to go for. A little bit heavy, but it has a lot of good things going for it. At the range, it did amazing. Really good control. And here's the thing. Let's go ahead and test the weight out here really quick. 6 pounds, 13 ounces. That seems a little high. Let's try it again. 6 pounds, 3 ounces. It does not have a hair trigger in it. 6 pounds, pretty much 3 ounces there. It has the split hinge design. All right, so if you pull it from the top, nothing's going to happen. You got to pull it from where they designed it. It's going to flatten out just a bit. It's going to break. And one thing the original M&P was missing, the reset. It's audible, it's tactile, and it's a decent trigger. It really is. I don't see any need to change this trigger. This gun did an amazing job at the range. All right, let's just say that. No issues, of course, and that's not anything that I would expect with a Smith & Wesson. All right, so who is this gun made for? What are its uses? This is going to be a maximum type of concealed carry gun. This would be my max weight for everyday carry, but it's also going to give you maximum capacity, maximum width and grip, and somebody that's going to fill up your hand really nicely. I think most people it will. It's going to give you a great set of sights here, a good sight picture, a good sight radius. It's going to give you the option for a light or a laser. You can easily do that. Responsive controls. This is a gun that, for people that are really willing to step up to something like this to get one of the best shooting concealed carry guns on the market. A lot of people are not willing to take on this much weight, and I totally get that. If you want something smaller and easier to carry, I totally get that. I'm not against that at all. But this is just for a different set of concealed carriers. Somebody for home defense, they want, a one gun that can do it all. Maybe their first gun. They need to be able to hook up a light or a laser easily. This gun is going to be able to do all of that and give you an extra mag and allow you to have the full-size mags be compatible, as long as they're the same caliber, of course, with the grip sleeve extensions. So they already set you up to do all that kind of stuff. So a really awesome concealed carrier, home defense, and a range gun as well, because you have really good capacity. Let's talk about the pros. Well, we just touched on a lot of them. You have a light, you have a rail there, you have the Armor Night finish, lifetime warranty, stainless steel components, the rigid frame now in this gun, bunch of aftermarket accessories, sights, lights, lasers, the whole deal. Grip texturing is amazing. Again, if it was toned down like it is on the Shield EZ, I think that would be better, but it's not. It's still doable. Little shirt, and keeping a shirt in between your skin and this grip is probably a good idea. Responsive magazine release, I really like that. Interchangeable palm swells, so it's going to pretty much fit any size hand, or you can get it at least comfortable for your size, depending small or larger hands, doesn't matter. I love the slide serrations. They're very responsive and they're easy to get a hold of, and make sure that you are able to charge the gun up in a positive way. The extra finger extension here is fantastic for at the range or as a backup. Loaded viewport right there. This gun offers a lot at a price point that a lot of people can afford. $100 to $150 cheaper than Glocks most of the time. For an American-made gun with a lifetime warranty from a trusted manufacturer, that's pretty awesome. Cons, the weight. I think the weight at 25 ounces, I wish they would have been able to shave off at least 4 or 5 ounces. I think that would have put this thing even in a better light with concealed carriers in today's market. At the time this gun was originally released, well, that was actually pretty good. We didn't have guns like the P365 and the Hellcat and other guns. So it is on the heavier side. But there's really nothing you can do about that. One other little thing I hope that they do in future iterations of this gun, whether it be a 3rd gen or whatever they decide to do, is take these slide serrations and bring them all the way up, because I love the serrations. I just don't, you get just enough of a bite there. So I do appreciate that. And actually back in the day, the Compact 45, the Compact 45 was the only one that had the serrations in the front. Now they all do. I just hope in the future iterations they come all the way up like that. There are options with night sights and all of that good stuff, so that's a good thing. The biggest thing is just the weight. I just wish it was toned down a little bit, maybe a little bit thinner in here. But again, with the right setup, right holster, gun belt, you can carry this gun comfortably and know that you have a good shooter in your waistband. All right, so it's a really awesome thing for law-abiding citizens to have these many options, but still this gun, I think, in the big scheme of things, is a great option. If you're willing to take on that extra weight and stuff, you're going to get a lot of benefits in return. So the M2.0 Subcompact M2.0, golly, man, I'm so glad we got to come back to this gun, come full circle, almost 6 years later, and review the updated version. This was an awesome way for Smith & Wesson to end their lineup or round out the lineup in the M2.0 series, and I'm really excited to have one back in the collection. So I want to know what your thoughts are down below. Do you think this gun has a legitimate place in the 2020 concealed carry market? I want to hear your thoughts down below, so please leave them there. And if you are a power patron or up, make sure you look out for your special outro coming right after this. Thank you for your support. We'll see you in the next one. And as always, hold them down.